Welcome to our sixth Torah Portion reading. Torah Portion today is called Toldot, which means history. We're going to be reading from Genesis chapter 25, starting at verse 18 or 19, and we're going to make our way all the way to Genesis 28, verse 9. So let's start. So Genesis 25:19. And this is the genealogy of Yitzhak, Abraham's son. Abraham brought forth Yitzhak, and Yitzhak was 40 years old when he took Ribkah as wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean of Padan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean. And Yitzhak prayed to Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh answered his prayer, and Ribkah his wife conceived. And within her the children struggled together, and she said, If all is right, why am I this way? So she went to ask Yahweh. And Yahweh said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 people shall be separated from your body. And 1 people shall be stronger than the other, and the older serve the younger. And when the days were filled for her to give birth, and see, twins were in her womb. And the first came out red all over, like a hairy garment. So they called his name Esau. And afterward his brother came out with his hand holding on to Esau's heel. So his name was called Yaakov. And Yitzhak was 60 years old when she bore them. And the boys grew up, and Esau became a man knowing how to hunt, a man of the field, while Yaakov was a complete man dwelling in tents. And Yitzhak loved Esau because he ate of his wild game, but Ribkah loved Yaakov. And Yaakov cooked a stew, and Esau came in from the field, and he was weary. And Esau said to Yaakov, Please feed me with that same red stew, for I am weary. That is why his name was called Edom. But Yaakov said, Sell me your birthright today. And Esau said, Look, I am going to die, so why should I have birthright? Then Yaakov said, Swear to me today. And he swore to him, and sold his birthright to Yaakov. And Yaakov then gave Esau bread and stew of lentils, and he ate and drank, and rose up and left. Thus Esau despised his birthright. And there was a scarcity of food in the land, besides the first scarcity of food which was in the days of Abraham. And Yitzhak went to Abimelech, sovereign of the Philistines, in Gerar. And Yahweh appeared to him and said, Do not go down to Mitzrayim, live in the land which I command you. Sojourn in this land, and I shall be with you, and bless you. For I give you all of these lands to you and your seed. And I shall establish the oath which I swore to Abraham your father. And I shall increase your seed like the stars of the heavens, and I shall give all these lands to your seed. And in your seed all nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed my voice and guarded my charge, my commands, my laws, and my Torot. And when the men of that place asked about his wife, he said, She is my sister. For he was afraid to say, She is my wife, thinking lest the men of this place should kill me for Ribkah because she's good looking. And it came to be, when he had been there for a long time, that Abimelech, sovereign of the Philistines, looked through a window, and he watched, and saw Yitzhak playing with Ribkah, his wife. So Abimelech called Yitzhak and said, See, truly she is your wife. So how could you say she is my sister? And Yitzhak said to him, Because I said, lest I die on account of her. And Abimelech said, What is this you've done to us? One of the people had almost laid with your wife, and you would have brought guilt on us. And Abimelech commanded all his people, saying, He who touches this man or his wife shall certainly be put to death. And Yitzhak sowed in the land, and reaped in the same year 100-fold, and Yahweh blessed him. And the man grew great, and went forward until he became very great. And he came to have possessions of flocks, and possessions of herds, and a great body of servants. And the Philistines envied him. And the Philistines had stopped all of the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, and filled them with dirt. And Abimelech said to Yitzhak, "Go away from us, for you are much mightier than we." So Yitzhak went from there and pitched his tent in the Wadi Gerar, and dwelt there. And Yitzhak dug again the wells of water which they had dug in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them up after the death of Abraham, and he called them by the name which his father had called them. But when Yitzhak's servant dug in the wadi and found a well of running water, the herdsmen of Gerar strove with Yitzhak's herdsmen, saying, "The water is ours." And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. And they dug another well, and they strove over that one too. And he called its name Sitnah. And he moved from there and dug another well, and they did not strive over it. And he called its name Rehoboth, and said, "For now Yahweh has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land." And from there he went up to Beersheba. And Yahweh appeared to him the same night, and said, "I am the Elohim of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you, and shall bless you and increase your seed for my servant Abraham's sake." And he built a slaughter place there, and called on the name of Yahweh, and he pitched his tent there. And the servants of Yitzhak dug a well there. And Abimelech came to him from Gerar, with Hazuzaph, one of his friends, and Pichol, the commander of his army. And Yitzhak said to them, "Why have you come to me, seeing you have hated me, and have sent me away from you?" But they said, "We have clearly seen that Yahweh is with you." And we said, "Please let there be an oath between us, between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, that you do no evil to us, as we have not touched you, and as we have done only good towards you, and have sent you away in peace. You are now blessed by Yahweh." And he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. And they rose early in the morning, and swore an oath with one another. And Yitzhak let them go, and they departed from him in peace. And on the same day it came to be that the servants of Yitzhak came and informed him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, "We have found water." So he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. And when Esau was 40 years old, he took as wives Yehudith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basmath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite. And they were a bitterness of spirit to Yitzhak and Rebekah. And it came to be, when Yitzhak was old, and his eyes were too dim to see, that he called Esau his elder son, and said to him, "My son." And he answered, "Here I am." And he said, "See how I am old. I do not know the day of my death. Now then, please take your weapons, your quiver, your bow, and go to the field and hunt wild game for me, and make me a tasty dish such as I love, and bring it to me to eat, in order that my being does bless you before I die." And Ribkah heard when Yitzhak spoke to Esau his son. And Esau went to the field to hunt wild game, and to bring it. And Ribkah spoke to Jacob her son, saying, "See, I heard your father speak to Esau your brother, saying, 'Bring me wild game, and make me a tasty dish to eat, and bless you in the presence of Yahweh before my death.' And now, my son, listen to my voice, according to what I command you. Please go to the flock, and bring me 2 choice young goats, and I make a tasty dish from them for your father, such as he loves. And you shall take it to your father, and he shall eat it, so that he might bless you before his death." And Yaakov said to Ribkah his mother, "See, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth-skinned man. What if my father touches me? Then I shall be like a deceiver in his eyes. and shall bring a curse on myself, and not a blessing. But his mother said to him, Let your curse be on me, my son. Only obey my voice, and go, get them for me. And he went and fetched them, and brought them to his mother. And his mother made a tasty dish, such as his father loved. And Ribekah took the best garments of her elder son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on Yaakov, her younger son. And she put the skin of a young goat on his hand, on the smooth part of his neck. Then she gave the tasty dish and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Yaakov. And he went to his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who are you, my son? And Yaakov said to his father, I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you said to me. Please rise, sit, and eat of my wild game, so that your being might bless me. But Yitzhak said to his son, How is it that you have found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because Yahweh your Elohim brought it to me. Then Yitzhak said to Yaakov, Please come near, so that I may feel you, my son, whether you truly are my son Esau or not. And Yaakov went near to Yitzhak his father, and he felt him and said, The voice is the voice of Yaakov, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. And he blessed him. And he said, Are you truly my son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and let me eat of my son's wild game, so that my being might bless you. So he brought it near to him, and he ate. And he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Yitzhak said to him, Please come near and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him. And he smelled the smell of his garments, and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is like the smell of the field, which Yahweh has blessed. And Elohim give you of the dew of the heavens, and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of the grain and wine. Let people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be master over your brothers, and let your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be those cursing you, and blessed be those blessing you. And it came to be, as soon as Yitzhak had finished blessing Yaakov, and Yaakov had hardly left the presence of Yitzhak his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he too had made a tasty dish, and brought it to his father, and said to his father, Let my father rise and eat his son's wild game, so that your being might bless me. And his father Yitzhak said to him, Who are you? And he said, I am your son, your firstborn Esau. Then Yitzhak trembled exceedingly, and said, Who was it then who hunted the wild game and brought it to me? And I ate all of it before you came, and have blessed him. Yes, he is blessed. When Esau heard these words of his father, he cried with an exceedingly great and bitter cry, and said to his father, Bless me too, O my father. And he said, Your brother came with deceit, and took your blessing. And Esau said, Was his name then called Yaakov? For he has caught me by the heel these 2 times. He took my birthright, and see, now he has taken my blessing. And he said, Have you not reserved a blessing for me? Then Yitzhak answered and said to Esau, See, I have made him your master, and all his brothers I have given to him as servants, and I have sustained him with grain and wine. And what then shall I do for you, my son? And Esau said to his father, Have you only one blessing, my father? Bless me too, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Yitzhak his father answered and said, See, your dwelling is in the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heavens from above. And by the sword you are to live, and serve your brother. And it shall be, when you grow restless, that you shall break his yoke from your neck. And Esau hated Yaakov, because of the blessings which his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The day of mourning for my father draw near. Then I am going to kill my brother Yaakov. and the word of Esau, her older son, were reported to Rivkah, and she went to call Yaakov, her younger son, and said to him, See, your brother Esau comforts himself concerning you, to kill you. And now, my son, listen to my voice, and rise, flee to my brother Laban in Haran, and stay with him a few days, until your brother's wrath turns away, until your brother's displeasure turns away from you, and he forgets what you have done to him. And I shall send and bring you from there. Why should I be bereaved of you both in one day? And Ribkah said to Yitzhak, I am disgusted with my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Yaakov takes a wife from the daughters of Heth, like these who are the daughters of the land, what is my life to me? And Yitzhak called Yaakov, and blessed him, and commanded him, and said to him, Do not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan. Arise, go to Padan Aram, to the house of Bethuel, your mother's father, and take a wife for yourself from there, from the daughters of Laban, your mother's brother. And El Shaddai bless you, and make you fruitful, and increase you, and you shall become an assembly of people, and give you the blessing of Abraham to you and your seed with you, so that you inherit the land of your sojournings, which Elohim gave to Abraham. So Yitzhak sent Yaakov away, and he went to Padan Aram, to Laban, son of Bethuel the Aramean, the brother of Ribkah, the mother of Yaakov and Esau. And Esau saw that Yitzhak had blessed Yaakov, and sent him away to Padan Aram to take himself a wife from there, and that as he blessed him, he gave him a command, saying, Do not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan. And that Yaakov had obeyed his father and his mother, and had gone to Padan Aram. So Esau saw that the daughters of Canaan did not please his father Yitzhak, and Esau went to Ishmael, and took Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sister of Nebaioth, to be his wife besides the wives he had. Yah add a blessing to his word. May he bless you. May he increase your faith. And may he perfect it. See you at the next reading.